How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to talk about Xbox Game Pass. Now, I've been seeing a lot of people complain about it. Xbox Game Pass has been trending on Twitter like freaking crazy today, but by the time you're seeing this video, it's going to be yesterday. And I don't know, I just kind of want to talk about it because I've been seeing a lot of people complain. I've been seeing people give it a lot of praise, which, you know, it rightfully deserves. And it's just, I don't know, it's a really interesting thing because I feel like a lot of the hate for Xbox Game Pass comes from PlayStation owners. I mean, they really don't have an equivalent to it. All they really have is PlayStation Now, which is trash. They also have, the PlayStation Plus collection, which is exclusive to PS5, and there are some hitters on there, don't get me wrong, there's some high quality games, but admittedly, those are all games that I play and I already own, so I could honestly care less. The cool thing about Xbox Game Pass is that it's constantly evolving, they're always adding stuff, and I mean, to be completely honest with you, it is the best deal in gaming right now. It really is by far. There's nothing that is even on its level. It's insane. And you know, one of the things I've heard people say is that, oh, Xbox Game Pass has a bunch of filler more than anything. And to be honest with you, I really could not disagree more. I mean, when you look at the landscape, okay, when you look at the games that are even on there right now, you have games like Wolfenstein 1 and 2, you have Skyrim, you have Fallout 4, you have games like Outriders, which came day and date, you have MLB The Show, which also came day and date, and that's a PlayStation first-party game, which, by the way, PlayStation is still charging players $70 for that, when you can just play it on Xbox Game Pass for only $15 a month, which, I mean, come on, it's essentially free if you ask me. But yeah, it's crazy. You know, there's so many games, and there's also games still coming day and date. You got games like Back 4 Blood, you got games like A Plague Tale Requiem, and then also EA Play is added to that, and Xbox first party games like, you know, your Forza Horizon 5, you got your Halo Infinite, you got Starfield, you got Redfall, you got the new Indiana Jones games, you got Contraband, you got Stalker 2. I mean, the list goes on and on. Fable, Avowed, Outer Worlds 2, the list goes on and on. Psychonauts 2. The list goes on and on and on, and I mean, it's crazy. And again, you're not paying anything more outside of the $15 a month, while Sony is still charging $70 a pop for their games. And I mean, it's a damn good deal. It's a damn good deal. And I'm not trying to say that, you know, all Sony games are bad because they're charging us $70. That's ridiculous to say, because their games have been high quality ever since the PS5 dropped, and they've been releasing games like, you know, Spider-Man Miles Morales, which, I mean, that's a cross-gen game, but you got games like Returnal, you got games like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. These are high quality titles, okay? They're truly high quality titles. So I don't want to take anything away from them, but when you look at the landscape and when you look at what both sides are charging their customers, it's very clear that Xbox, they got a really different strategy. And once their first party game starts to really trickle out, I think it's going to make for a rather interesting landscape. But the whole thing about Xbox Game Pass having a bunch of filler, I just couldn't disagree more. I mean, it's silly. To me, it's really silly to say, because there's a lot of games on there that I would have never bought personally, but because of Xbox Game Pass, I was able to try it out and I love it. Forza Horizon 4 is one of them. I thought that game was so fun. Now I'm gonna play 5 because, for one, it's on Game Pass. I don't have to spend you know, anything. It's on Game Pass, so I don't have to spend anything outside of the $15 a month. And on top of the fact that because I was introduced to the first game, well, it's not the first game, but because I was introduced to the previous game, I'm now looking forward to this game, and it's just a win-win, you know? I don't have to pay anything more, and this deal, the deal just keeps getting better all the time. It really does. I mean, Xbox Game Pass is overpowered at this point, and it's only going to continue to get overpowered. And if I'm being honest, I would not be surprised if one day we saw a price increase, because it just seems like it gets better and better, and it just seems like at some point the price has to go up, right? I mean, the games keep getting better and better. They keep adding stuff, and I mean, it feels like robbery to a degree. It really does. I mean, it's amazing that we're at a time where you can spend $15 a month and have access to well over 100 games at your disposal. They're not demos. You can download and play them whenever you feel like it. And I think for whatever reason, PlayStation players are just mad. I don't think they realize that, you know, and I'm not saying all PlayStation players, I'm just saying some. Some, for whatever reason, are just angry by it. For whatever reason, Xbox Game Pass just pisses off a lot of people. And why? I really don't know, but it just does for whatever reason. But yeah, it's a hell of a deal. And I mean, when you go down the list of games that are on there now, it's a win-win. I mean, it really is. I mean, we can pull up, I'll pull up my second monitor right now, and I'll just go down the list of games that are already on here, and I mean, it's insane. As I scroll down here right now, you got games like A Plague Tale: Innocence, you got the Age of Empire games 1 through 3, and also Age of Empires 4. That's coming to Game Pass day and date. You got games like the Battlefield games, Battlefield 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got the Dead Space games, Destroy All Humans, Dishonored 1 and 2, Doom Eternal, Doom 2016, and Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. I mean, Gears 5, Gears 4, Gears Tactics, all of the Halo games. I mean, it's insane. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. There's just a long list of games, and it just continues to go on and on and on. You got Middle-earth: Shadow of War, Need for Speed Deluxe Edition, new Super Lucky's Tale, No Man's Sky, Ori and the Will of the Wisp. The list just continues to go on. There's such a nice, diverse there's such a nice diverse set of games here. There's a real good variety, and I really love that. And like I said, the list just keeps growing. I mean, they're always adding games. It's not like what's on here now is going to be the only thing on here. They're always adding games, not from their first party, but also from third party games as well. And it's just a good time to be a gamer. Honestly, it's a really good time to be a gamer. I don't see why anybody can be mad at this. If anything, this should just kind of motivate you to get an Xbox. If you don't want to buy a Series X, just get a Series S, hook it up to your monitor or whatever. There's a lot of good stuff here, and the fact that they're only charging you $10 or $15 a month is a steal. So if you have Xbox Game Pass, or rather, if you have an Xbox but don't have Xbox Game Pass, or if you have a PC and don't have it, just try it out. I mean, I believe for the first enrollment, you're only spending $1. Okay, $1. You're not losing anything by trying that. $1, and you get to try all of these games. And what you don't like, you can just delete and try to find something else. And it's really just the Netflix of gaming right now. It's a great deal, and it gets better all the time. They just recently added Yakuza Like a Dragon, and I mean, that's a game that I can dive into. If I like it, cool. If I don't, I can just go ahead and delete it. And I don't have that fear of wasting money on a game that I'm not familiar with. Because I mean, let's be real, right now with Sony, that's kind of what you're doing. Returnal, that's a roguelike. A lot of people have never played that before, those types of games before. And to ask them to spend $70 on to potentially play a game that they might not like, that's a tall order. And with Xbox Game Pass, I mean, you don't have to worry about that, and that's what makes it so awesome. So Xbox Game Pass, it's amazing, it's awesome, it's overpowered, it's just dope. If you have Xbox Game Pass, let me know what you think about it. If you don't have it, and you're just not the biggest fan, also let me know how you feel about it. Let's talk about it in the comment section. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you use, and I'll catch you all in the next video. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, have a great day.